Can you name the man who shot Donald Trump in the ear?
No.
Without Googling?
No.
No. I cannot name the man who shot at a president who was shot just a couple of years ago while I'm a full-grown adult.
Yeah, it's not giving Harvey Lee Oswald. It's not giving...
Yes. So I was talking to my husband. I was like, I can name Abraham Lincoln's killer, John Wilkes Booth.
Yes.
I can name JFK's killer, Lee Harvey Oswald. I could even name Bobby Kennedy's killer, Sirhan Sirhan. I wasn't alive for any of these. So then I was like, well, okay, but all those people died. So maybe like that's why it's more in our collective vocabulary, these people's names. But then I was like, okay, but Ronald Reagan was shot at and not killed, had a whole ass punctured lung. I could name that guy, John Hinckley Jr., who shot the president in order to impress Jodie Foster. Okay?
Yes.
So I'm like, how is it that I don't know the guy who shot President Donald Trump? Then I started to think, I also don't know the name of the guy who shot Charlie Kirk, which is really weird considering he was basically like a martyr for them.
For sure.
Right? Like, this is a man who people lost their jobs just using his own words against him after he was murdered. This is a man whose memorial had 100,000 participants across 2 venues, one of which was the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
This is a man whose wife created an alternate platform for the Super Bowl halftime show in his memory.
But yet, I racked my brain for the name of the man who killed him. And you would think that if this man was a martyr, he was like a Jesus figure to them, a modern day Jesus figure, you would be dragging the murderer's name through mud all the time.
We know who Judas is.
We know who Judas is. So why don't we know who, don't even think I wrote it down on my card, Tyler something maybe? I'm just like, okay, yeah, JFK was killed by the government, MLK was killed by the government, Malcolm X was killed by the government. The government was involved in all of this. I'm the wrong Candace to talk to about this, by the way. There's another Candace who's much more conspiratorial than me, but this is where I am.
So I'm sure all of you have seen this morning, and I don't usually report on American politics purely because I find it quite laughable. And this is another laughable thing. How many times are we going to pretend to try and shoot Trump? What are they trying to distract us from this time? It'd be quite interesting to see what's actually going on, what votes are happening in Senate or things like that. But this is another distraction, guys. Don't be fooled. Don't get sucked into this. A teacher got past all of the security. Okay? The highest security you can possibly imagine, he managed to get in there. I don't think so. Okay. Do not be distracted by this. Something is going down. Something is happening that they don't want us looking at. So nobody tried to shoot anybody. It definitely wasn't this teacher. Don't know where this guy falls out of the sky from. But there's no way that a normal teacher can plan and infiltrate this dinner, this gala dinner, okay, with the amount of security that the president has, could do that. Sorry, don't buy it, not for 1 minute. Don't know what you guys are trying to distract us from, but I'll have a look around and let you know. But yes, let me know what you think.
Imagine you are dining with your spouse and gunfire erupts. You can see her saying, "What's happening?" Trump, on the other hand, is clueless and unreacting. Melania reacts like a well-trained person would. She hits the dirt, but she does so without making a single gesture towards Trump. That chump is on his own. Imagine you are dining with your spouse and gunfire erupts. Do you just dive under the table with no regard for your spouse, the love of your life? Is there a hand on his sleeve pulling him down? Nope, nada. and mainstream media won't say a word about it.
Does this seem normal to you? Pete Hegseth, Carolyn Levitt, Melania Trump, and J.D. Vance all smiling right after somebody tried taking Trump's life. Now you're going to see Todd Blanche and then Donald Trump. Now, is this the normal reaction right after somebody almost took the life of the U.S. president?
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm trusting that you're all doing well today and welcome to the channel. So a few days ago, there is an incident that happened and the whole world almost came to a standstill. This is not the first time that Trump is being tried to be assassinated, something like that, if I'm putting it correct. There's several occasions where it has been reported that somebody has been trying to assassinate Trump. And this happened back then in campaigns in 2024 it didn't go well. And so there is a lot of questions. A lot of creators have reacted to this incident. Some of them are saying, when this person was tried to be assassinated, we normally know their names, we normally know the motives and all that. But even with that, there's a lot that is going on in the United States right now. We are talking about the ICE case, which is still going on. We are talking about rogue officers, just showing some discrimination and, just being racist and all that. And also the economic background. The global economy is really, really deteriorating each and every day. And just like any other country, United States of America is not exempted. It's still going on through that circle. And that aside, even with the fight between Donald Trump, because most of the United States citizens say that they're not involved. That is a fight that involved Trump and the Iranian government and all that. So most people are thinking that something is really going on, or maybe our attention is being diverted elsewhere, to have something to talk about. Because if you've seen that video, that it was chaotic and all that. But then again, in my mind, I'm like, when the president is going somewhere, there need to be like a very thorough investigation, and the security has to be very, very tight. So where did the security went wrong in this case? And also even the aftermath, like normally something like that, when it happens, you have to be shocked. But you've seen Trump, you've seen his allies and the people in the government in that meeting, like they were not even shocked. So a lot of people are asking, is this staged, managed, or is it something that happened? Because if it is something that happened out of malice, then that is not acceptable. But what do you think? Because this raises a lot of questions, that it happens today and then tomorrow you guys are okay. Why are you okay? A lot of people, a lot of things needs to be investigated. And to my own opinion, I feel like the president should be one of the most guarded person, in terms of security and things like those. So what do you think, guys? Just in case you're new here, my name is Yvonne, and to my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And guys, please subscribe to get this type of content with me. And to my returning subscribers also, thank you so much for staying along. I really appreciate this. Until next time.